see that guy right there? That person right there? Yeah, that's your shadow. And guess what that also represents? That's still a part of you. So at the end of the day, never turn your back on your shadow. Understand it. Understand your shadow. Actually try to, reason with your shadow, because at the end of the day, it's still you. It's still a part of you. Don't leave your shadow in the dark. Don't turn your back on it. Because at the end of the day, before anybody else in this world will be there for you, your shadow will always have your back. And your shadow will always be there. Always remember that. Let's get to the video. Whew. What's up? Let's fix the camera a little bit. All right. Y'all like the intro? Because I did. Probably wondering why my shirt inside out. I had took my shirt off. I was trying to rearrange and I had left it like this. And I was like, it is what it is. Like, I'm so unbothered. You feel me? I'm so unbothered. I really don't even be really tripping about it. Like, I go in public with my shirt inside out. I got to a point where I really do not care what nobody think. You feel me? So I hope you enjoyed that intro I made. You feel me? That's gonna be a legendary intro. That right there can be in the beginning of a movie, at the end of a movie. That right there, that intro will be a part of my legacy as I go on with my go on in this reality. The purpose of this video is how to do shadow work. First, you got to understand what shadow work is, right? Shadow work, in simple terms, I mean, I can go deep, but I want to make this is I don't want to use like super gigantic big words. Shadow work is basically you being, first of all, you being alone, right? Okay. So you get in your own little space like I am right now. I'm alone. There's nobody around me, right? Then let all the how can I say it? The problems that you had for today and the problems that you had for yesterday, or the problems that you might think you might have tomorrow, and it's time to address them. Think about it like this. Let's say you go on about your day and something has been really bothering you from the past. You're probably thinking about what's going to happen in the future. You're probably thinking about what's going on at the moment. You just really you just stressed out and you don't know what to do. Well, if you don't do shadow work, or I mean, another word for it can be is actually going within yourself, learning yourself, another word for it. If you don't do it, then it won't be a good outcome, because you're going to continue to stress and you're going to continue to stress, and you might go down that hole that you don't want to go down. And you know what I mean by that hole. I'm talking about stress eating. I'm talking about treating others wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about drugs. Shadow work is important. So like I was saying, get in the area like how I am, a quiet place, or try to get in the most quiet place you can, and understand yourself. Talk to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Like I said, if you feel, and before I continue with this, I'm gonna say this. If you feel like there's something wrong with you, like you're crazy, like you are outcast or whatever, use that as motivation, because you are you, and that's all that matters. No doctor, nobody else can tell you or even feel the way you feel, because your feelings are into you. Now, your feelings are your feelings. Now, if somebody else can feel you because if they've been through that same experience, then that makes sense. But if nobody really, really feels you, if they never been through it, or if they're not going through it with you, they might hear what you're saying, but they do not feel it. So I try whenever I'm trying to help somebody, I try to say, I try not to say, are you, no, I say, are you okay? But I know that you're not okay. But that's how a lot of people address it. But I never say, oh, I feel you. No, I don't say that. I do not feel you. I don't. I'm happy and you're stressed out. You feel me at the moment. So there's no way I feel you. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Shadow work, basically, you're going in, talking to yourself, you're addressing everything that's going on, the goods, the bads. Okay. If it has to go back far in the past, to whatever you remember, you know what I'm saying, to wherever your memory stops, and they usually don't stop. It's just that you have to unlock that memory again. You feel me? So I think my mic finna go dead. I seen it blink red. But like I was saying, you might have to unlock that memory again, right? So boom, you talking to yourself, you're addressing a lot of things. And another thing you could do in shadow work is basically let things go off in peace. Okay? So let's say you have somebody in your life that is holding you back, and you know they're holding you back, but you love them so much, and you don't really want to push them away, because you're gonna feel like you're gonna be full of regrets, and but you're gonna feel like you betrayed them, and you feel like, and you're all in your head, and you're thinking about all the bad things that can happen. Listen, at the end of the day, it's about you. Right now, it's about you. You need to focus on yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to take that control back that you used to have to your for yourself. Take that control back. When you were a kid, yeah, you were told what to do, this and that, but your imagination was there. You're nothing. How can I say this? I feel that you're nothing without your imagination. Because if you don't have an imagination, or if you don't have your imagination, then what's really going on? Is somebody controlling you? You feel me? So it really can backtrack to a lot of things, a lot of your past, or it can be if you're stressing about the future. But basically, just sit down with yourself. Actually go within. Close your eyes. If you have to get in a meditative state, do that. I would say a really good way to jump into shadow work is this is a really good method. This is not the only method, but this is one of my methods. Meditate before your shadow work, and then meditate before your shadow work. Do your shadow work, and then after your shadow work, meditate again. In your shadow work, what I want you to do is I want you to let everything go in peace. Okay? This person that's been holding you back to what I was saying about the person holding you back, let them go in peace. Okay? Let them go in peace. Let her go in peace. Okay? It don't have to be no, oh, I'm mad at her about these certain things, or mad about him about these things. Like, this person treated me a certain, who cares? That's in the past. It's over. Let it go in peace. If you ever see them in person, you don't even have to, don't feel like you're entitled to have a whole conversation with them. You can literally be like, what's up? Or you can be like, um, nod your head, or you could just keep walking. It's literally up to you to do this. That right there is a way that you can handle somebody that you feel is holding you back, or you feel like eventually will start holding you back. Or, you know what I'm saying? If you got something going on and you ready to go ahead and start making that change, because people can get in the way of that. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't know that they're getting in the way of it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people are intentionally getting in the way of it, and a lot of times people don't know that they're getting in the way of it. Okay? So you got to know, honestly, you want to know both. You want to figure out both, so you don't just jump to conclusion and just think that this person trying to hold you back. But at any way in your life, you need to be having alone time regardless. That is the most valuable thing to me. That if I had to forget music, forget these videos, forget fruit, forget anything that's going on in this world, alone time. Because alone time literally, and this is in the same context as shadow work. Alone, your alone time literally is the reason why a lot of this stuff is happening. You sat back and you did your shadow work. Okay, you let everything go in peace. You're throwing it away. You know what I'm saying? You're pushing that off to the side. No. As a matter of fact, you're not even pushing it off to the side. It's got to be a balance. Okay, because if you're pushing it off to the side, it's still there, and that means it can still come back and haunt you. When you pushing it, when whatever you're doing, you need to have a balance. So throw it away. Throw it away. Throw those bad energies away. We don't need to be pushing it to the side, because if I push these keys to the side, move. Them keys still right there. If I throw them away, gone. You feel me? Erase it. Erase that programming. Erase that programming out of your PC. I love using those type of analogies. But look, I already got when I was saying if somebody's holding you back, that's how you could do shadow work with that. Now, let's say you want to do shadow work on some past trauma experiences and like you feel like things is catching up with you, right? So let's say you want to change, you want to start eating healthier, you want to start exercising more, you want to start actually connecting with people, because a lot of people, there's introverts and there's introverts and there's extroverts, and if you know what they are, introverts more likely to stay to themselves, extroverts, I think it's extroverts. If I'm mistaken, correct me, but I think an extrovert is somebody that's more outgoing and more, what I'm saying, more into it with people. Maybe you might want to be like, you want to do some shadow work. Now you going backtracking, you trying to figure out why. What's the reason on why I am to myself all the time? Like, I want to step up and talk to people and communicate with people. Because some people might be tired of feeling alone. I don't mind it. I'm cool. Being in my head alone, beautiful. But some people might want to change. You feel me? So when you're doing your shadow work, you need to be trying to figure out why. You need to backtrack and figure out why. What's the reason? I have a video on the reason why I'm an introvert. You feel me? You feel me? Why I'm a loner. You feel me? And it's more like, with me, it's more like I said, I was homeschooled. So I was away from society for so long. So I actually was doing a lot of shadow work when I was younger. I just didn't know it. I didn't know it. I was doing a lot of shadow work and I was also learning more about myself. But back then I was more, you know, on a give up type tip. Because I told you I was very aware of this reality a long time ago. It's just that I didn't want that. I really wanted to get that out my head because I miss watching movies and playing games, and I don't want to say doing bot shit, but doing bot shit. I ain't gonna say I miss it, but I had good memories doing a lot of that shit, doing a lot of the shit that would be considered holding you back. It was fun, but I didn't do it in moderation. You know what I'm saying? And balance. A balance had to be for everything. Balance is what you need to practice. I should have been doing it in moderation, but I look at it and see that's why I did my shadow work. I didn't beat myself up about it. You know what I did? I used it and I looked at it and I was like, okay, that was a lesson. Because if I didn't go through that, then I wouldn't be to where I am today. I would have still been playing the game for long hours, all day long, not learning myself. I would have still been, you know, hanging around the same people that didn't bring me no, not even just benefits for me, because it ain't just all about me. Nobody was benefiting from us hanging around each other. We was all it was just always BS. Feel me? So that's another way you can cope with it whenever you're doing shadow work. Take a step back, take steps back, and learn yourself and try to fix it and get rid of the bad energies. You know what I'm saying? Send it off in peace. Like I said, work on that. A lot of people might say it's hard, but you won't know if it's hard or not if you ain't tried. You feel me? You might think that you might not know. You might be doing shadow work, but you just don't know it. But it's best to at least give it a shot. Then your whole life will start changing in front of you. You will be able to start manifesting everything because guess what? You didn't talk about it with yourself. You feel me? You need to have your own self love to where you can actually, in your self love, you're communicating with yourself because you know you love yourself. If you're going out and you're on social media and you're talking to all these different people and you know that they don't care about your situation, and you know that a lot of us we fall victim to, like, we could be alone and we could say I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing, and then you'll get around somebody and then you'll end up just spilling the beans. You don't know why, you're just doing it because you want somebody to feel the way you feel in that moment. But that's not the case. Not everybody, but a lot of people that you're going to encounter in life are going to be people that will use that against you just so they can know how to treat you. If you're the quiet person in the room, I'm not saying people fear you, but people will treat you accordingly. If you're out just speaking nonsense and just speaking all your business on the internet and all that, just know there's people swiping, clicking on it, and just like probably talking down on your situation. Not, and a lot of people probably don't care, but if you are deeply into energy, if you know about energy and if you know how energy operates, their energy can be consuming you. See what I'm saying? So it's best to do shadow work and learn yourself. Learn thyself. Just learn yourself. Talk to yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Sit back, stand up, sit in the sun, talk to yourself in the dark. Do it at all times. You are always going to be here for yourself. That next person is not going to be next to you every step of the way. That shadow is. Come on now, like the shadow is going to be next to you every step of the way. You see what I'm saying? Your shadow is there. It don't have to. You know how you see in the beginning of the video, I showed you there was a shadow on the street, right? You saw it because there was a sun. The sun was, the sun was beaming on me and you saw my shadow. But just because there's no light or no sunlight doesn't mean your shadow's not there. See what I'm saying? Even in darkness, your shadow's there. See what I'm saying? So regardless of wherever you go, your shadow is there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example of that. I'm back. I had to do a little bit of research. I forgot the movie name. But do you remember a movie named Us? Us is a perfect example of where I'm trying to get at about this video. Us is, you got the lady. Okay, so you had the family, right? And then it was clones of themselves. But if you think about it, you can listen, when you watch movies, it doesn't always have, when you watch movies, play games, look at certain types of people's perspectives on reality, it doesn't have to be exactly what you think. Open your mind to all different types of ways it can be looked at. Look at it like this. Instead of just looking at it as clones, look at it as their shadow. In that movie, Us, that family had a shadow, and you can look at their shadow. You don't have to look at their shadow as how it was in the movie. You could look at it like that, but also you could look at it in a different way. All right, I'm back. My mic had died. I had to get my other one. But look, you don't have to look at the movie Us exactly as how you watched it, right? You can open your mind to different types of ways to look at it, right? That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of all this. Like I was saying, you got a family. It was like a split. You got the family that you seen that was happy, and then you seen the shadow version of them. I can't remember how the movie went. I think old girl was trying to escape, and her shadow self just kept following her, dancing. It's basically like she was always there, but it was like her shadow self took all of the fall, had all of the bad experiences. Like I was saying, when you're doing shadow work, look at it like this. What if your shadow is really, so this version of ourself, this version of self is not even just the positive side, but getting the positive benefits and the positive outlook on life. And then your shadow is really soaking in all of the negativity, the BS that's going on in your life. That's why it's best to have a connection with your shadow. So, and when you do shadow work, have a connection with your shadow so it can be a balance. You feel me? That's how I look at it. Hopefully that was a really good way to make you get a better understanding on it. So, I mean, I'm not gonna really go too much farther on this. I gave y'all the best I could on how you could do shadow work. I know how I do it, and I told you a way how you can try it and jump into it, and then obviously you get creative and find your own ways. It's never one way. But look, hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, like every other video, I say like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. Class is over officially. I'm about to go buy me a watermelon from the farmer's market. I'm finna go take care of that, handle that. You know what I'm saying? After I eat me a couple of slices, then I'm gonna exercise, man. I love you, happy, man. Man, I just love, bro. I am genuinely happy, bro. I am freaking genuinely happy, bro. I don't need none of that bullshit, man. But look, it's your boy Dolo Universe, and I'm signing out. Peace. And go eat you some fruit, man. Go do your shadow work. It's important. Peace.